with the stuff in your hitting them. Hate me, they hate me. What should I do? Keep getting money. It's funny, I was just like you.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. First down, Prescott. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
On second down, Elliott. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Here you go.
A give to Elliott. And an Elliott to run. And he'll be brought down with the first down, and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there, as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Elliott. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And his kick is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 24. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And now running right through it. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play, and it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? They used to call it student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact, one of their favorite plays, it was called rose stem right or rose stem left, depending on the formation, 28 toss. And 28 toss was their bread and butter.
They go play action here on first down. Step. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Cowboys have recovered. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The give is to Elliott. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
They'll run with Elliott. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 3rd down, that's Grant. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. This time, Trubisky will throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Demarcus Lawrence in there to bury him for a loss of 11. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to air one out. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
He'll buy some time right. And avoids the contact by sliding. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll go on the ground. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st. A 3rd field goal of the 1st half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets them up 1st and goal.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Tackled there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Flush to his right. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. The 20. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big run that time by Elliott. 41 yards on the ground. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Here we go, 46. 46.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And an alley to run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Yeah, baby.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On second down, Johnson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bears cut into that lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sliding. Oh, Prescott stripped. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Prescott from the gun. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Fielded at the 20. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 2nd down, Trubisky.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Trubisky. hard throw, incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. And now running right through it. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Breaks a tackle, finding some room at midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll go down at the 28. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The All-Pro in two positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A second down throw for Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
He spins free. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now this time he'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Trubisky. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here we go. It's Trubisky on fourth down. Forced out to his left. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Now for the point after. Extra point up and through. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down
caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They go play action. Trubisky. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here. The Bears on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Jalen Smith, he's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Gun.
Second down, Prescott. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Let's go. Let's finish now. 3 down.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Flushed out right. And that's Elliott. Complete. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Now they'll run it on the toss. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Play action now. Prescott. They'll roll him out right. He's got his man on the crossing route. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Cowboys are able to recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Swing to the field, right. To the right.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Come on, gotta go.
They go play action with Trubisky. And the pressure gets to him again. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Taco Charlton in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll try and run for it and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
We're going to 54. Why? Here we go, 46. 46.
Well, Prescott here to throw. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
47, 47. Gun. 46.
Prescott on third and goal. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Cooper was the intended target. One tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pick up there of 20 yards. On first and 10, it's Trubisky. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. One last shot for Trubisky. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. As time